Da, 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 da. You're right, guys. So let me just get these links out and then we can dive straight into it. Let me get some news in the background as well, just so we know exactly what the hell is happening in today's world. Beautiful. All right, beautiful. Yeah, now, I think I've managed to sort out the speed on the chart. Now, if it is really laggy, just please let me know. It does look like it's all right. The feedback is okay. So let me know in the chat if it does start to really lag. If it does, then yeah, we'll keep on trying to sort it out. But I think we've managed to get it back to normal levels again. Now, and we've sent out a full crypto update. We sent out a full FX equities commodities update. And we've sent out an altcoin update on Solana. Now that's all on our TradingView account, so feel free to go and touch base on it. Go and check it out. All the info is there, so that you are updated throughout this week. Okay, yesterday's update was going through the economic calendar in full. And yeah, just how it's setting up with potential price action, obviously leading up to the FOMC meeting and interest rate decision on the 1st of February. So yeah, let's see kind of what we have. We're looking at a potential range continuing, okay, on Bitcoin. Obviously, we got that range here, which was over the course of last week. It came into the weekend, and then we actually saw that push higher. So it's looking like it's going to be the same thing. Okay, top of range, bottom of range, and we're just going to move up and down, and just hold it until we get these figures coming out. Now, Thursday is your all important day. This week. You get a lot of US data. You get GDP. You get PCE. It's the big mover. So keep that on your calendar. Thursday is the one to look at. Yeah, range does look like we're going to make that break come the 1st of February. Okay. Dollar index very much ranging as well. Okay, we're finding a bit of support at this level, but still very bearish structure, as you can see from here. We got this natural kind of trend line holding. Now it could be the case that we hold and we move, potentially break, okay, and continue up and test the top of this range, and then maybe build up on some more structure and move towards this kind of stronger level of support. Okay, this is your level of support that's going to hold a bit more liquidity. Okay, and potentially rebound at that point. At the moment, it's just very bearish structure, especially after rejecting the trend line, rejecting that 50. We've come down very nicely. Now, it has left the gap behind, as you can see, so it's likely to build up on some structure here, go fill that up, come back down. Okay, it's going to fluctuate. It's going to be volatile this week. Okay, which is going to basically feed into the volatility on risk on assets. That's what we're looking at. Okay, Ethereum. Okay, very close to resistance. It's not got much left. Very weak buy side volume. Yeah, it's once you start seeing some supply being dumped more heavily, it's going to completely kind of cancel out all of the gains that it's made. Okay, there isn't much room left until it actually really does reach some stronger supply zones. So between 1760 and 1720 is your area to really look at. The weekly, as you can see, you got that 50 moving average. Now, if we breach the 50 as well as close above the 50 on the weekly, then you'd be looking at it kind of continuing and ramping back up. Now, realistically, I mean, with the amount of buy side that's coming in, that's not looking likely. Okay, so you're kind of looking at this area to hold, that 50 on the weekly to hold, and then things to really start to dump again. This is complete struggle. Kind of similar structure to what Bitcoin has. We ranged, okay, and we made a break, but it's not on the same magnitude as what we got here. Okay, ranged and we've really pushed up. We've ranged and we pushed up much heavier. Okay, it's struggle. It's struggling now, and you're starting to see these supply dumps become increasingly bigger as each attempt of breaking up higher occurs. So yeah, Ethereum, Bitcoin, dollar index. Quickly touch on equities. Now, S&P is the big one to keep an eye on, and it's at its long-term trend line as well as its 200-day moving average. It's likely to just tweet around here, move up, move down until the data comes out. But this is some very nice sell side, bringing it back into structure. Okay. And now it's creating almost like a double top formation. So if that gets completed, that's very bearish, okay, especially at this key point on the chart. Okay, so it could potentially push up here. You want to see a break of this secondary trend line. That's where you'll get the confirmation that it is going to go higher. It could overextend, tap that secondary trend line, and then really start to ramp back down. Okay, so bear that in mind. Put the structure on there. That's what you're looking at, as you can see. All right. But yeah, breaking point. If it fails, if it starts to fail and we start to move right back down. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can come down to this point here. All right. If we break through this low, you can say goodbye to crypto. Huge sell off will be inbound if the S&P loses this area. Okay, if it holds and rebounds off this area, I mean that's very 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 bullish. Just because we held it for a long period of time here, and if we come down and revisit and hold again, then you're probably just going to see a ramping back up. Okay, um, it's make or break really. If we come down and we break it quite quickly, which it will need to do, then again we'll be looking for that next leg down. Otherwise, if it comes down and holds, then yeah, that's looking bullish, especially if it closes above this close here. So it might overextend, but it closes above. And at this point here, then that's positive structure, and you're looking for a strong move back to the upside. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. That's the structure that we're looking at. Let's see kind of what we get. But yeah, that is what we are working with. So we're currently in on oil. Nice trade. Very nice trade indeed. Got in last night on this test here. What we were looking at was the fib level came down perfectly to that 382 as well as this previous structure here. Held some nice some nice volume spike on here. So let's see how things kind of react. It could be the case that we make that push, test this area here, hold, and then maybe come down, build up some more structure, accumulate, and then move back up. But yeah, for now, I mean, we're break even, risk free on this trade, so you can't complain. It's a nice trade. Yeah, so guys, feel free to ask us anything in the chat. Make yourselves at home. Yeah, we're going to be here for a bit. It's not going to be a majorly long trading session. The longer one comes in on that New York opening. But yeah, we just wanted to come on and kind of just update you guys, those that haven't watched our market updates yet. So kind of just looking for setups really. Um, as Bitcoin obviously is going to continue to range, right? Um, yeah, I'm going to look for some setups for the New York Open, really, but we could be pushing up towards the top again before coming down. Yeah, seeing some decent buy side coming in slowly. Yeah, I mean, Ocean looks pretty sweet. That's for sure. And yeah, you're probably looking at potentially getting in long on this one. Um, yeah, building up on some not very nice structure here. Now, ideally, we do want to see a pullback, and we want to see a pullback. Let me go on to the 15. Ideally, a pullback to 382 at the very minimum, for then a potential turnaround, continuation. Sorry. There's liquidity there. Hello. I don't know how to open the pro chart for editing in TradingView. I see just the small one. Okay, so I think I know what you're on about. If you go to the top of the TradingView page that you're on, you'll see, I think it's like markets or something. Let me have a little look. You got to click on the chart settings, and then it will come up. If that's what you're asking. Otherwise, I need a little bit more clarity in what you're trying to ask. Um, yeah, so in terms of Litecoin, those are your levels. This is starting to ramp up very nicely, so it could be the case that we find some resistance relatively soon, make a bit of a deeper pullback. Um, this would be a great entry somewhere around this region. Yeah, but I don't see it. I don't see it moving past. If it comes back into the structure, it's very, very bearish. Realistically, you're probably going to stick to this trend line here. So coming down to this point, and then rebounding and accumulating at that point. So there's a natural trend line starting to build up here. But again, this is another fantastic one to get in on spot and hold. This is starting to ramp up. Okay, so put it on your watch list if you're not already in. It's going to push high, high, high.
To your point, I would suggest that 2011 has scarred all, including those who think this is a non-event, which we heard some of this weekend as well. Okay, I'm going to set this up, and then we're going to do this in the next half hour as well. Pharaoh is on assignment in London. That is correlated with a small soccer game. You fly into Heathrow through the fog of the weekend, and you look down on the River Thames is a football field, soccer field out of the movies. It's called Fulham. We'll talk to John Farrell about that with Jeremy Stretch in London. Stay with us from London, from New York. This is Bloomberg's